ladies. My name is Rachel Snyder, and I am a resident of West Virginia. I am married to a personal trainer. I have 3 children, ages 9, 6, and 3. My 9-year-old is actively involved in sports and singing. My 6-year-old daughter is a dancer and a gymnast and involved in singing. And then my 3-year-old little guy is involved in gymnastics as well. I also work full-time. I teach choir at a local middle school, and I'm a vocal coach on the side. I run my own vocal studio 2 nights a week. And then I also coach a show choir after school, and I've actually coached them to be back-to-back state champs, which I'm very, very excited about. So I'm sharing all that with you so you can kind of see the active lifestyle that I lead. You know, I said I'm married to my husband, who's a personal trainer. He's a pharmaceutical sales rep. I train with him, so I'm very into fitness and things like that. So I have a very active lifestyle, and I still find time to build this LipSense business because I love it and I want to. I actually just got started in November, but I've been having a lot of success with online sales. So I wanted to give you guys some tips about that. I talked to my sponsor, Danny, about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, yes, do that, post it, do it. So I thought it could help out some people. I wanted to give you my background just so you can kind of relate to me a little bit and see who I am. And I also want you to understand I spent 14 years developing a different multi-level marketing business prior to this. So I have a lot of knowledge and experience in the direct sales arena. So I want you to understand that because I think a lot of you are brand new to direct sales. So please don't, look at what I'm doing and thinking, oh my gosh, how does she do that if she just got started, blah, 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 blah. It's just because of what I've learned previously, I'm applying to this business now. And hopefully I can save you a lot of time and money and just share some of those tips that I've learned over 14 years with you to really benefit your business as well. So the first thing I want to share with you is do not compare your success to somebody else's success. What's so great about our group page is we're all there for each other, and it's great to help each other out with questions and concerns and swapping colors and things. And, sharing success stories is very important because people want to see the success that you're having, even if it's something as small as, hey, I sold a collection today. Like I took my stuff to work and I sold a collection. That could inspire somebody. So share your success, no matter how small you think it is. But when you see success stories, be encouraged. Do not compare your, what you think is your lack of success to somebody else's. Be encouraged by that because that person has the exact same product and business model that you do. The exact same thing. When I first got started in this business, I actually signed up before I even bought anything. Well, I bought it. It hadn't come in yet. I bought it from Danny, and then I told her, you know what? Cancel some of my order. I just want to sign up. I trust you. I think this product is awesome. I expect it to work, so it's going to work. And that brings me to my next thing. You have to expect this business to be successful for you. If you have doubt, if you have fears, that's normal, but understand that if you're building this business strictly on hope, I hope it works, I pray it works, oh gosh, it would be nice if it did. See, I don't have that mentality. I expect this to work. This is going to work. Why? Because it's worked for Lindsay. It's worked for Kristen. It's worked for Janelle. It's worked for Danny. And they're all great women that I respect immensely. But I'm a woman too. And I have the exact same product they do. So if it worked for them, it's going to work for me. That's just the mentality I have. And that's the mentality I encourage you to have as well. Because you can learn all these tips from me, but if your expectation is not high and your expectation is low, your results are going to be low. So work on that mentality. Keep positive in front of you. Don't be discouraged, all right? Keep expecting high results. Okay, let's talk about our Facebook group. Okay, because this is where I do the majority of my sales. When I first got started, I did 2 in-home parties. I think that's very important to do because it exposes people to the product in hand and they can try it out and test it out and everything like that. But beyond that, all I've done is Facebook. And since in the month of December and January, I've done a little over $5,000 in sales. And I always order at the highest point so I can get 50%. So I've made a little over $2,500 in profit. Now that does not include what I did last night. Last night I did $927 in sales in my Facebook event. And tonight I'm having a couple ladies over as well. So my goal for this weekend is $1,000 in just one weekend. So yeah, I have pretty high expectations for myself with this. But how did I do it? People are like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Well, again, experience, but it's a numbers game. I'm going to be honest with you. This business is a numbers game. I only had to hear something from Lindsay once, and she said 5% of your group will order from you. So once I heard that, I knocked down the walls of, oh, what if people don't want to be in my group? What if I add someone and they get annoyed? What if I add someone and they don't want to be in this? And I just said, you know what? If I add people and they don't want to be in it, they'll take themselves out. I've done it. I mean, how many ads have you gotten to groups that you're like, oh my God, seriously, another group? I don't want to be a part of this group. Delete, and you just unjoin it. So when people unjoin my group, I am not offended by that. I kind of feel sorry for them because this product is awesome. And if they don't want it, they're going to keep reapplying lipstick all day long and get it on stuff and, look all gross. So I feel bad for them. I do. Anyway, so I took the leap and I added every girl I could. So I added well over 750 girls to my group. And as of today, my group's at 720. So 30 girls have removed themselves, and so be it. But numbers don't lie. 720 people, which means I should have about 35, 38, almost 40, not quite 40 customers. And I have 45. So that's a plus. So numbers don't lie with percentages. Then in my Facebook event last night, people are like, how'd you get that many sales? Well, I made it public. I'll give you some tips later, but made it public, and I went back and checked, and it shows you on your video when you're done. I had 200 views. 50 people commented, which helps the views go a little bit more, but 200 views, and I had 15 people order from me. So the odds are actually good because 5% of 200 is only what? I don't know. 10% is 20. Oh, 10. I should have had 10 people. I'm not a math person. I should have had 10 people order and I had 15. So those numbers are actually really good. But it is a numbers game, ladies. If you want more customers, then you need to expose your products more. Whether it's take more opportunities at work to talk to people, take more opportunities out and about to wear stripes. I did this for the very first time today. No one noticed it yet, but you know what? They're going to. Add as many people to your Facebook group as possible. I can't stress that enough. If you have like 100 people, you're going to have 5 or less customers. Now, if you only know 100 people on Facebook, there's a couple things you can do. Start adding people to your friend list. Like just go through and start, oh yeah, I do know that person. I do kind of know that person. You just start adding people, and maybe like in a couple weeks, then add them to your group. Don't just add them right away. Like get to know them a little bit or whatever. But add more people. And then also you can ask your customers to add people too. And there's ways to do that. But add more people to your group. I can't stress that enough. Build your network. Yes. So numbers don't lie. Let them unadd themselves. Okay, now you have to be consistent in your group. I post something on my page every single day, not just about LipSense. Sometimes it's about fun things like my hair. I'm constantly changing my hair color. It's been brown, purple. This is the first time I did pink, and I'm shocked like how many women are like, oh my gosh, your hair looks so cute. Or I'm like, which color should I do? And they're all like commenting on it. Like my hair is like a phenomenon. I don't know. It's fun, but it's fun. And I talk about things, I'm someone that is called to inspire. If you see my one tattoo, I like inspiring this way. There we go. Inspiring women. And so I'll get on there and just share from my heart sometimes, just topics that I've had experience with that I think could benefit people, just kind of like what I'm doing now, but in like the grand scheme of life, not just with LipSense. So post something in there every day because it keeps people's minds and eyes in your group. So keep it consistent. Now, as far as colors in your group and what you have to offer, I personally, and you can check with your sponsor on this, but I personally only like to post the colors that I have in stock, on hand, in the flesh. Not like what I can get a hold of, not even what I ordered, because we all know sometimes you order it and then it goes out of stock after you order it, and then it's going to come in later. So I only post the colors that I have, and it keeps it suspenseful, because then when you're able to get new colors, like people get so excited, like I'm ordering new colors, girls, and everyone's like, oh, what are you getting? What did you get? What's the new colors? So it keeps them engaged. I think it's a benefit to do that. I think it's a positive that so many things are out of stock, because it's keeping our customers on their toes, and it's keeping our customers like wanting more. So don't always look at everything as a negative, which brings me to my next topic. Keep the negative out of your group. Keep it out of your mind. Try to keep it out of your life. Never, ever, ever post something negative in your group. Never complain, never whine, never, if someone complains in your group, like, hey, my lips keep flaking, or this, that, and the other, and wah, 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 wah. it's probably someone that you've told a million times, stop using the chapstick, stop using other lipsticks, but they're still doing it anyway. But you can comment back to them, just keep it very positive, and uplifting. Hey, I know how you feel. I felt the same way when I first started using it, but here's what I found. Feel, felt, found. I learned that from John Maxwell. Relate to the person first, how you feel with them, and then you felt the same way, and then tell them, but when you did this is what you found. So when I used it exclusively, or after 5 weeks of exfoliating, that stops, or after using the glossy gloss at night instead of chapstick, it stops. So keep it positive. Now, keep it positive on your personal page too, ladies, because chances are most of those people in your group are also part of your friends in real Facebook land. So if you're going to whine and complain there and, go on like a political rant or go on a religious rant or go on anything, like I'm a very political person. I'm very religious, but I don't think to say religious, more spiritual. I consider myself a Christian. I believe in God. I go to church, I love Jesus, but I don't always jump down people's throats about that in Facebook. And I don't jump down people's throats about my political beliefs on Facebook. My political beliefs are my political beliefs. And sometimes I share them in a very kind, nurturing way, but I also encourage people to accept all beliefs. I do. I believe in that. If you don't believe the same thing I do, that is totally cool. I still love you. Let's all get along and have fun, and let's figure out a way to share our ideas together. But keep it positive on your personal page as well. And keep it positive in our group, like in Danny's Sparkle group and in Janelle's Diamond group and in Kristen and Lindsay's group. I have a rule that I practice. I learned this in my previous business experience, that if you have a problem, go directly to your sponsor or your upline and talk to them about it and seek out a solution. I never, ever, ever gripe or complain about anything on our Facebook groups, because I don't want to spread negativity across to anybody else and hurt my upline's business. I don't want to do that. I don't want negative spreads so much quicker than positive. So if I'm having a problem, I go directly to Danny. I encourage you, if you're having an issue with something, go directly to your sponsor, and then don't talk about it in public until it's been solved, because then that can be a great success story. Hey girls, I was having so much problems with this. None of my colors were coming in, blah, 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 blah. But guess what happened? And then you share the joy of it, and it encourages other people that are going through that same problem. So I'm going to encourage you to keep the Facebook pages positive as well. And I hope it's okay for me to say, Danny and Janelle and Kristen and Lindsay, whoever's looking at this, but I just find that very, very beneficial if we can all just keep it positive. And then obviously, real life happens, and when you need help, just go directly to your sponsor, your upline, because they are there to help you. They want to see you succeed probably more than you think you're going to succeed. So keep the negative out. Okay, let's talk about live sales. Now that you have that background, I know some of you are thinking, well, what do you do? What do you do? Honestly, that first 12 minutes I just shared with you is what I do. That's what I do. That's what I've worked on. I was just telling my husband, I'm like, gosh, I'm sharing in 15 minutes with these girls stuff I've spent 14 years investing time and money learning. So that you have to have that knowledge and that information first, or what you do isn't really going to matter. You have to have the mentality. So as far as live sales goes, I create, first of all, an event page through Facebook, and I invite everybody. I make it public, and I invite everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. Now, they'll only let you invite 500 people, so next time I do it, I'm going to get on my husband's page and go through his and invite people too. But again, it's a numbers game. 5% are going to order, so do you want 5% of 100 people, or do you want 5% of 500 people, or do you want 5% of 1,000 people? So it's a numbers game. The more numbers, the more you have opportunity to make sales. Okay, make sure you're posting in your event every day. Now, I do my events a week out. So I had my sale last night. So the previous week is when I set up my event, and I personally invited everybody. I don't just share it. If you just share it, it goes into Facebook land, and no one's going to see what you post. When you post in the event, everyone you invited will get a notification that says, Rachel just posted in the event page, and then they go and most of the time click on it and see, oh, what did she post? Okay, so, but you can't do that if you just share it. All right, make sure you're personally inviting people. Do it a week out. Now, I found for my age group, now I'm in my 30s and I've got kids and I work, that the best time to do a live sale is on a weeknight at 8 o'clock. because most kids are in bed, and my kids are. Most people are getting ready for the next day, and they're done, and they're unwinding, and they're watching their favorite show or whatever. So I do a weeknight at 8 o'clock. It works well for me. You might have a different demographic, but figure out a good time frame to do that. During the sale, I go through each color that I have in hand in stock, and I'll just say, like, all right, here's First Love. First Love is a matte, and it's a very pretty neutral nude color if you're looking for everyday wear. And, with this one, with the layers, just put it on very, very thin. And I only have 3 of these girls, so comment below. And what I tell people during the live sale is, if you want a color that I talk about, first person to comment gets it. And you comment, sold, the color that they wanted, and then their email if they're not a current client of mine. Now, if they're a current client of mine, I have their email stored in Square, so they don't need to do that, and they all are aware of that because I post the rules for my live sale ahead of time. I let them know, it'll be open for 24 hours, how to comment and all of that. And if you don't pay your invoice within 48 hours, then I move that color to the next person and so on. So, and I explain how if they're a first time customer, they have to purchase a kit from me up front, which is a color of their choice, a glossy gloss and a remover. But if they want to add more colors to that, they can. Now, during my live sale, I do offer a kit for $50 as opposed to $55. But I don't do that all the time because you're not allowed to do that all the time. So just during a live sale is when I'll do that. And then I'll okay, here's my next color, and make it real exciting and talk about each color just very briefly. And here's my next color, and oh, my daughter loves wearing this in her recitals. This is perfect for blue red's perfect because it's got blue undertones. So if you know anyone in show choir or dance or theater, this is the best color, lady. So I don't just go through and say I've got blue red, I've got 3 Lexi Berry. I've got, keep it exciting and relate to them and talk about why that color would benefit what's going on in their life. Party pink. You ever have a night out, girls, that you want to go out and just be different and be bold and be edgy? Like, this is the best color for this. It's going to make you feel like Barbie. Last night I talked about like the different Barbies in the world. Like, I'm vocal coach Barbie when I wear this, and I'm like, what profession are you, girls? And girls were commenting back, like, and I'm reading them. I'm like, oh, chiropractor Barbie, and office manager Barbie, and stay-at-home mom Barbie, and so it was fun. So I do that during it, and also they know that I'm going to do a drawing at the end once everybody's paid their invoices, and they get 1 entry for if they make a purchase, and they get another entry if they book a party with me, whether it's a virtual party or a regular party. And at the end, I'll draw, and I might give away a free color. Or this time I gave out free skincare because I got like so many products from getting all my fast starts that I haven't even tried them all yet. And some of them I can't wear. Like, I have very oily skin. I can't do that normal to dry stuff. So that's what I raffled off. Like, hey, I can't use this, but you might love it, and then you might want to order it from me. So here you go. Okay, and then at the end I do a thank you post after the sale. Like the next day I'll say thank you so much with like a really pretty thank you meme. We got lots of memes and photos in our groups, girls, but and I'll tag all of them in it, okay, for a couple reasons, because I want them to know I personally thank them. But number 2, when you tag someone, everybody else in their friend list can see that, okay, so it drives traffic to your site. And then ask for help. Ask them for some help. Hey, I would love it if you could help me by hosting a party. You earn free product. You earn a percentage off. And tell girls, especially if you're trying to build your network, your customers are on your side. They like you, or else they wouldn't be purchasing from you. So if you ask them, hey ladies, I'm really trying to build my network. I love that you support me, and I could use just a little bit of extra help if you wouldn't mind. Maybe tonight taking some time and adding like your top 5 people to this group that you think would benefit them, something like that to help them with your network. And then you could tell them, once we reach 500 people, I'm going to give away free color, something like that to encourage them to do that. So again, if I can just leave you with a couple tips for your Facebook parties, it's a numbers game. The more numbers, the more opportunity you're going to have to sell. You kind of got to push through, get over that fear of, oh, what if people don't want to be in my group? Then they'll unjoin. But guess what? They're never going to know about your product if you don't even add them. Most of my customers and some of my team have have been because I decided, you know what, I'm just going to add people. They weren't the first people I added. They were the chicken list people that I added. And 2 of them are now on my team, and a lot of them are purchasing from me. So bet you girls didn't know that. You were on my chicken list. Anyway, and then expectation. You have to expect this business to work, ladies. You cannot have success or astronomical results if you are building this in fear and just, oh, I hope it'll work. You know, it's great to have hope. Like, I have hope in a lot of things, but I expect this business to work because I've seen it work for so many other people, and I have the exact same thing as them. And then lastly, you have to be enthusiastic. Smile a lot, be energetic, keep it positive, and you girls are going to do great. You're going to do great. And I believe that you're going to be successful because I've seen the success happen, and we all have the exact same thing. We all have the exact same upline. We all have the exact same products. So let's go out there and rock this.